All right, welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of Family Fables, family-friendly podcast for new parenting tips, tricks, and advice. That just rolls off the tongue. I don't know. We'll figure that kind of name out later, huh? Who knows about these things? Okay, well, how have you been this week?
Good. Josh is sick, so we've been staying home all week.
Yeah, she's been sick and it's been gross.
Yeah.
This has been her worst sickness so far. It's just snot, coughing, and snotty hands going everywhere and all over her face. It's
Yeah.
gross. But she doesn't seem to be bothered too much. So that's nice.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, extra attention that we got to throw her way to make sure she's not snotting the place up. Yeah, poor girl. Okay, so the topic of today's episode is air travel with your little one. So before Daisy and I had Anastasia, we traveled a lot, and we were determined to not, be those parents that said, "Oh, because we have a kid, we can't do traveling now," right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to take her along. We think traveling is amazing. It's an experience that everybody should have, and we want her to experience those kind of things while she's young, so she grows up with it in her mind, right? And we've been lucky enough over the last few years to travel quite a bit. Lots of plane rides, long rides, medium rides, short rides,
Yeah.
on all different types of planes,
Yeah.
right?
Our airplane ride, 14 hours,
Yep.
15 hours actually.
15
Yeah.
in different classes, business, economy, right?
Yeah.
And we've gotten pretty good. Our system is pretty good, if I don't mind bragging a little bit here. Good enough to the point where we can spot other parents in the airport, and we know where they're at. We know because we've been there, so we can see the growth in ourselves.
That's just you making it sound nicer, but you're just being chismoso.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
being able to see growth in yourself is important, right? We definitely had our struggles, and you learn from those and you overcome them, right? So this is our ultimate guide to traveling with your child, your little one, your toddler, your baby video. Okay? So let's get into it. So first point we want to make is packing. Okay? So you want to keep one carry-on dedicated to baby things, and you want to keep one carry-on dedicated for liquids and electronics. Right? So what do we mean by this? So we've unfortunately been in the situation where airlines have lost our bags. We've also had travel delays, which put us in, a hotel somewhere in the middle of the night, where we were lucky enough that we had packed what we needed to in a carry-on, so we had everything we needed for baby, right?
Yeah, so we keep one carry-on where we put all the baby essentials that will last us for 1 to 2 days.
1 to 2 days, yeah.
And then we always put one set of clothes for me, one set of clothes for him. So in case, there's a delay in our flights, that we have to stay a night somewhere in an airport, or
Yep.
we have to change our clothes because we got spilled on, I don't know, stuff.
Because
Then
kids,
yeah,
right? You never
then
know.
we have that, you know.
You have that extra bag.
Yeah.
And then we're packing at least 1 day supply. These are like reserve supplies, right? Reserve supply of diapers, wipes. If you need formula, put formula in there, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the airline usually lets you have one carry-on each.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then the diaper bag is free.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also have your personal bag. We don't like carrying too much, because handling a kid is already too much. So he tries to keep a backpack. I put the carry-on and the kid's bag, right?
Yeah.
So Then I have the kid's bag. He just travels with his backpack and the carry-on, and then I take care of the baby or whoever. Like we just switch
Yeah.
depending on the mood.
Yeah. So when we travel, we essentially have 3 bags, right?
Yeah.
3 bags. So one dedicated for the baby things. Two is the electronics and liquids. At every security checkpoint you're going to go through, and every airport you're in, like this is not new things, but we constantly see people in line, forgetting, like there's signs everywhere saying you have to do it. You have to take out your electronics, your laptops, your tablets, your power banks, whatever, and you got to take out the liquids that you're bringing, right?
Yeah.
Your hand sanis, your lotions, whatever you got. So keep all that stuff in one bag, right? So
So you usually take a backpack
yeah,
where you put all your electronics,
yeah,
the liquid stuff. We
yeah,
don't. We always have like a check luggage with us, but we also have like a we still have like small liquids that we take with us, and just like hand sanitizer or
face
like
creams,
yeah.
whatever.
So he keeps that, so we don't have to open our carry on.
Yeah. So what happens?
Yeah,
Well, the backpack is the carry-on at that point. But what
yeah,
happens is we
yeah.
get to the security. Mom can focus, or dad, whoever you want to do it. One parent can
Well, I don't
focus.
have to open my carry on. You just have to
one
open
one person can focus on handling the baby, right? Because there's like extra steps that happen with the baby if you're bringing like a stroller. The stroller's got to go through the thing, and then mom and baby have to go through the thing. They're gonna like kind of check the stroller. So one parent can focus on that. The other parent can focus on the stuff that needs to come out of the bag. Only one bag needs to open. They can focus on that, take all the stuff out, and it's an
Excuse
easy
me.
process, right? Because there's 2 things that need to happen. There's 2 of you. Split your time. If you don't know, or if you're both carrying bags that stuff has to come out, and then what are you going to do? Now both parents have to dig into the bags.
Yeah.
The kids running around doing whatever, right? Like,
Or the kids crying.
yeah,
Like,
and no one's there to soothe
yeah.
them. And let me tell you, I mean, if you're new parents, you probably know, but in a for whatever reason, going through always seems very stressful, and everybody's on edge, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're the person with the crying baby in the line, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're gonna sweat.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And
sweat. You're gonna feel those
you'll
eyes.
feel anxious like if
Yeah.
you're first time traveling and then with a kid and you don't know what to do, what to experience, you don't know what to do, and then your kid's crying.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to be that parent.
Yeah.
So yeah, trust us when we do this. At the very least, dedicate one bag to baby stuff, one bag to liquids, electronics, right? Yeah. Okay, next thing that we recommend for you guys to do when you're traveling is think about how you're going to get to the airport, right? You want to decide your mode of transportation for getting to the airport and make sure everybody that you're traveling with knows the plan, right? So not only are we trying to travel with ourselves, but we've also brought like Lola along or other family members if we're doing a family trip, and everybody needs to be on board with the plan, right?
Yeah. So if your flight leaves at a certain time, you got to make sure that you've arranged all or you've planned ahead how are you going to get from your home to the airport, what mode of transportation, what time are you going to leave, and you have
Yeah.
to let everybody know.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like keep nagging at them, come on,
Yeah.
let's go at the day,
Yep.
because no one knows what time you're going to leave.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were leaving at
Or
noon
like-
when really you had to leave at 10 and it's
Yeah.
like 9:30, right?
Yeah, it just adds more stress during the day,
Yeah.
and you don't want that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. And if you're going to get a ride from somebody, it's probably pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Make sure, you plan out with them a long time in advance, but then, a day or two before you're set to travel, check in with them. Make sure. The morning of, if you're traveling in the morning or something, shoot them a text. Like, you still going to be here at 9? Are we still good, right?
Yeah.
Give yourself that, like, even some buffer space as well. If your
In
primary
case
mode
in case the primary one falls out,
falls
then
through,
you falls through, then you can book another one.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So that one is actually pretty straightforward. So now when you're at the airport, okay, so here's another like division of labor between the parents. So our next point is when you're at the airport, dedicate one parent to keeping all the travel docs in one personal bag and have them handle all the checkpoints while the other parent looks after the baby or the little one, right? So, like Daisy said before, I usually travel with a backpack, but sometimes I'll also bring. I'm a big fan of the fanny pack when traveling. Big fan. Fanny packs are usually big enough to fit passports.
Yeah.
I can comfortably fit four passports in my bag at once. Um, Depending on, I guess when we travel, we need five passports. So I do keep them in my bag as well. But when we get to the country that
Oh,
where we know which passports we need to use, those are going in the fanny pack,
yeah.
right? So when you're stepping up to anywhere there's a checkpoint, security, you got to show your boarding passes and passports. Immigration, you have to show your passports. At the gate, you got to show your passports. They need to be readily available. You don't want to be digging through a bag to get those.
Yeah. You just have to like you can easily just take it because there's a lot of checkpoints at the airport where they ask you to take your passport and your
Oh,
boarding
yeah,
pass and
constantly.
it's annoying that it's in the backpack and
Yep,
carry on
yep,
or in your personal bag where you have to like look through like
yep,
oh where is it? So
totally.
we have our essential documents in a nice clear like a clear bag
Yeah.
and then he usually just puts it in his fanny pack.
Yeah, and then you can separate it out depending on where you are, which documents you need.
Yeah.
Put that in, easily accessible, good
Yeah.
to go. Yeah. Um, Also, here's a bonus tip. While you're at the airport, if you can swing access to the lounges there, do it.
Yeah.
100% do it. If you have access to lounges through, loyalty memberships, credit cards, you just buy Priority Pass or Dragon Pass, something like that. Do it. When you're with kids, it makes the biggest difference. Get to the airport. You don't have them running around everywhere. You're going to head to the lounge. You get inside. You have, a big room where now the whole your world has gone from a giant airport where the kid can run anywhere to a small room that has, a pretty secure entrance on it. So even if they slip away out of your sights, they're not going to go far. But you're going to have access to all sorts of food and drink,
Yeah, limited food, limited drinks.
showers, bathrooms.
Yeah. Which
So
which the food is actually pretty good when you're traveling with toddler cuz then keeps him occupied in eating something,
yeah, because
right? Like
yeah,
like
totally.
sometimes like you have especially if you're an international you're traveling internationally, you have to be at the airport at
Three
least 3
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
3 hours is a lot and even if you're going to stay at the like just not at the lounge bus just like in
at the gate.
the gate it does you're gonna get tired following your kid.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, and if your kid's hungry, yeah, sure, you can have some snacks with you, but if you run out of the snacks then you have to buy
Oh, and
at the airport which is very
yeah,
expensive anyways.
yeah, and getting to the nearest food thing could be like way down the wing, right?
Yeah,
It could
yeah,
it could be 10 gates away.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Well, it keeps you occupied and takes time which is good,
yeah,
but when we've experienced the lounge access or the lounges, it's pretty good. You don't even realize it's been 3 hours because you have a TV there. You
it's
have
comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're just drinking.
yeah,
You're just eating, and
yep.
your kid is yeah
And
just there.
and for long journeys where we're having long journeys and connectings, being able to like shower her down has been probably, part of our success for her because then we're avoiding like diaper rash and stuff like that
Yeah,
because we're able to keep her clean and dry, right?
yeah,
And so, yeah, when you can think about little things like that, your journey is going to go smoother because imagine your kid being stuck somewhere 14 hours on a plane, she's got diaper rash. Yeah, good luck,
yeah,
right? So make full use of the facilities whenever they're available, like whenever you can get it, right? Okay. Next point is boarding the plane, right? So here's another thing we have. So when you're boarding the plane, what we like to do is send one parent to board the plane first, and then that parent gets everything ready and sorted, right? And the second parent will stay back at the gate to let the baby run around, stretch their legs, burn off some energy, and their goal is kind of to be the last one on the plane,
yeah,
right? Now, typically, when you go to get on a plane, they'll allow people with kids
To go in first.
to go in first, right?
Yeah. Well, not first, but after the business class people.
Yeah, after like zone 1, right?
Yeah.
So you're going on the elderly, the disabled, the people with kids, small kids,
Yeah.
right? But
So we did too. Like at some point of our travel, we did. It depends on the time of the day we're traveling.
yeah,
When it's usually like when we're doing a red eye flight, we do take advantage of going going to the airplane first.
Yeah.
Because our kid's already tired and she just want to sleep, so we
Yeah.
just want to be comfortable right away in the chair. But if your travel time is during the day and it's not your kid's sleeping time or nap time, then definitely like board last. One parent can board last.
yeah,
Then, they burn out all their energy while the dad is or the mom is still one parent's still figuring out and sorting out everything on the plane, getting everything ready.
yeah. Because you have to think.
Yeah.
You have to think logically about it, right? Say your flight is 5 hours. Say you're going West Coast to East Coast or East Coast to West Coast, right? 5 hours, and then you go on early when they allow you to go on, right? You're adding an extra hour, at least an extra hour, onto how long your kid's going to be stuck
Sitting,
in a chair,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't make sense, for kids stuck in a chair for 6 hours. That's kind of torture for them. Kids don't want to be stuck anywhere. They want to get out and run around. So allow them to get that energy out, stretch their legs, have some empathy, and be like, yeah, divide it up. Try and have them in the seat as little as possible. Okay, so now when we're on the plane is our next point here, right? Because that's a whole other thing too. So when you're on the plane, bring lots of their favorite snacks, right? Bring new toys for them that they've never played with before, and then download all of their favorite shows on your tablet, on your phone, whatever, right? So we found that when we're traveling, food and snacks can actually play a role as like a distractor,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So when we're at home, we typically like to feed our child homemade things. We're not big on the prepackaged. We're not big on the snacks.
Yeah. So at home, her snacks are like carrots, celery,
So,
fruits.
yeah,
But when we're traveling, we make an exception
yeah,
because they're not like fresh goods are not really
yeah.
airport friendly or
It's hard to package them. Like
Yeah,
you
and
bring around a bunch of tubs or something.
yeah.
Like
So we buy this like snacks and like
rice
I don't know,
crackers
pretzels or
yeah,
rice
yeah,
crackers
yeah.
or yeah, which is nice and like they're friendly and they don't go bad if your travel time is a lot longer than usual.
So it should be non-perishables.
Yeah.
So we make sure to bring those onto the plane with us because, kids, they don't have like a schedule for when they want to eat. And especially not when you're already destroying their schedule and everything's different.
Yeah.
Like when they want to eat, they want to eat. So it's important to have the snacks on the plane. And if you're just eating like the meals that are on the plane anyways, they only give you a couple snacks, maybe one package of crackers, but usually it's like wet stuff or it's like already in like little dishes and stuff. And like, what are you going to do? Like stash those dishes?
Yeah.
And then what happens when your kid wants a snack on the plane, right?
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, especially in a long flight.
Yeah, 100%, especially on the long flight. Short ones, maybe you can get away with it, 2 hours, something like that, not a big deal. But the long ones, 14 hours, oh yeah, you got to be prepared. And so the new toys, the reason why we say new toys is because if you've watched your kids, we find, maybe it's the same with you guys, that when we give her a toy, that toy is really good for X amount of hours, say 50 hours, right? Now, once she hits that 50-hour mark, it's no longer interesting,
Yeah.
right? And it's like diminishing returns. So hour 1 that she's got the toy, her peak interest is way up top. But as the hours go on, that interest starts to taper down, right? So if we were to bring her favorite toy or whatever from home onto the plane, maybe she's just going to get sick of it real quick because everything on the plane is new. Everything's exciting.
But they do also have like the kids also tend to have like a favorite toy, and we do keep one favorite toy
Like
with
their
her.
comfort toy.
Yeah, their comfort toy.
Yeah.
Which she has this one stuffed toy that she always had since a baby, and she always
Yeah.
liked having that wherever
Yeah.
when we're, when she's sleeping, and it's just a comfort toy for her. So we
Yeah.
bring that as well.
Yeah. So the new toy, bring it out, give it to her. And, it's all about buying a little bit of time on the plane, right? You're not going to find something that's going to satisfy them for 14 hours.
No,
It's,
even that like new toy
yeah,
could be not very interesting for her, and it's just probably 30 minutes. So
30
that's why
minutes.
we
Yep.
get to the new point,
Yep.
download all their favorite shows.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. So, if you're against screen time for your little ones, like we understand, we were like that at the beginning, and we try to, be like that nowadays. But sometimes you need that distraction, and so especially when we're traveling on the plane, that is a all rules about screen time go out the window scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not limiting her screen time at all when we're
Yeah.
on the plane.
It's not just about the kid, it's about your sanity too, right?
Oh,
Because
100%.
if your kid is not comfortable, or is anxious, or is restless,
Yeah.
because I don't know what, because the kid, like, I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
this is not our home. Like, why are we here?
Yep.
And then you're gonna feel more anxious, you're gonna feel more restless, you're gonna feel stressed because your kid is not comfortable and just like screaming out and just running and everything, right?
Yep.
So you just want that screen time to be distraction for your kid, so
Yeah.
that you can have
You can hold it together.
Yeah.
Because let's not act like
yeah
being on the plane for 5 hours in a small economy seat or something like that. Let's not act like that's comfortable.
no
It sucks for us.
yeah
It sucks for most people, I think.
yeah
So then you add on top of that the stress of like a kid that's out of control, you're gonna have a real bad time.
yeah like us, we can sit there for 5 hours and we can watch 2 shows, 2 movies,
Totally.
but our kid doesn't follow movies yet.
Yeah.
Like, she'll get bored after, like,
Yeah.
oh, what is this? This is not my favorite show.
40,
She doesn't
we found
understand.
45 minutes is her hard
Yeah.
limit for her attention span.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, she doesn't understand like story plots.
Yeah.
She just understands what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Right? But that's the time. Also, bonus tip, be friendly to the people sitting around you. Because we've definitely been on flights before where she makes faces and does stuff like that with the people sitting around us. And it's helped. It keeps her
Yeah.
distracted for a little
Yeah,
bit.
because they just like wanna like play with her.
Yeah.
Like, even the people at the back seat, just like, oh, you're saying hi, and Nana's getting distracted, and she feels happy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it helps her feel more comfortable. Like, oh, the people around me are nice people or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, our last point then is what to do when you arrive, right? So it's going to be the same as what you're going to do at the airport, where you have one responsible parent that's in charge of all the travel docs, handling all the checkpoints. But there's one additional point that you have to consider is have your transportation from the airport to your destination, have that planned in advance, right? Before you even get there, already know how you're going to go from the airport to your hotel or to wherever you're staying, because you don't want to be planning that when you land,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You just, after immigration, you just want to get out of there, go to your destination, because it's been it's a long time already.
Yeah.
And I just want to add, like, sometimes airports can be like, when you get out of the plane, going to immigration is a lot of walking. And that I
Yes.
find that every time. I feel like every time we travel, we landed on the
Furthest away.
furthest
Yeah.
like gate,
Yeah.
and the immigration's like all the way at the end.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like every time we travel. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So and we can do another video of this, but take a travel stroller with you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, we're gonna do another video where we
Yeah.
we tell you our top items that we take with us
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And depending on the country you're going, when you get to that airport, there's a lot of transportation scams, and then you won't know about them.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a language barrier. Maybe there's a culture barrier. You don't know what's going on, and nobody's going to help you. you're going to be the tourist with the tourist dollars, and everybody knows about the scams that are run, and that's just business as usual. So if you're trying to plan while you're there, chances are you're going to fall for a scam. Someone's
Yeah.
going to scam you,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, plan ahead.
Plan ahead. All right. Well, that's been everything. You guys can probably hear our little one calling us there.
Yeah.
She's tired of watching what she's watching. I said 45 minutes hard limit, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If it helped you, let us know down below. If you agree or disagree, or something works differently for you, let us know in the comments below.
And we're just lucky that there's two of us every
Yes.
time we travel, right?
Yes.
And this could not work for you because I don't know, you're a single mom or you're going to your husband that is somewhere.
Yeah.
That's where your destination. Yeah, you just gotta do
Do your
you.
best.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do,
Yeah.
do you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.